Man, I don't know what. Like, seriously, how is it that when I'll go to pick the phone up and it's like it's all bright and shit. And I'm like, oh man, well, I got some really good lighting going on. This is gonna be all right. Then you hit the record button and suddenly I just look like the back of Forrest Whitaker's neck. Like shit. I do not understand. Like it's the same amount of light. That's what I don't understand. It literally same amount of light. Hey, there was a lot happening today.
That's what he was saying. Like, when's the last time you saw the back of his neck?
Well, that nigga see it all the time out that right eye.
Oh no.
Oh no, I don't know. Is his left eye fucked up? I don't know. I don't.
One of them.
That was very mean. That was mean. Maybe I should have just said like that nigga was like blacker than the bottle of Sam Jackson's feet or something.
What? Why
I
is
don't
Sam
know.
Jackson? Why does he barefoot?
Well, I don't like. Okay, are you gonna question why Samuel L. Jackson don't have on socks and shoes? Sam Jackson do whatever the fuck he want to
But who
do.
are you to assume he doesn't? Why are you looking down and not looking straight in his eyes when he's talking to you?
Right? Oh my god! Like, who would win in a fight? Samuel L. Jackson or Chuck Norris?
Samuel Jackson.
I just think he would be like, "Come on, motherfucker! What you gonna do?" He'd be like, "Whoa, hold on, dog. I'm
just here to do tricks.
I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson. I am for real."
Yeah.
Wow, why do I feel like I've been drinking or something?
You know what it is?
What is it? The sleepy pills?
You took 2 sleepy
Is that what it
pills.
is? Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's what it is. Some stuff was going down today, but it's really not my story to tell. I will say that
I don't mind.
no, I'm still that's for you. But I will share a story with you guys. Hello, all one people who watch. Hi, Muffin. Muffin's really the only one who watches the show. Kari's friend.
Hello, muffin. I like muffin. Is it a blueberry muffin?
Hey, are you a blueberry muffin?
like blueberry
I like
muffins.
muffins.
Muffin.
So I had this job. It was called Downtown Sacramento Partnership. I was a community service guide, whatever the fuck that means. Like it sounded way more important than it was.
In other words, move the homeless along and tell people where to get the best cheeseburger.
Really, it was like, here's a bright yellow shirt. Tell uppity millennials where they want to eat based on your preferences, and they don't go. That kind of shit. But I was also assigned to like a lot of people just wanted to move the homeless people around, but I was like, hey, they've got issues. Let's get them some help. So I would always try to connect them with navigators. And whenever I was able to actually get somebody off the street and like some help, like a shelter or a room, whatever they needed, I always felt really good about that. But when I started the job, I was only part-time. I would get 25 hours a week. And I knew that coming to full-time, which would really only be another 15 hours a week for them, it was benefits, there was 401k, I would have sick time, vacation time. It was all there. It was so cool. So I wanted to be full-time. But so I'm at DSP, and one of our supervisors, I don't even remember his name no more. It was Chano. God damn it. Now I remember. Fucking Chano. He was actually messing around with one of the merchants in old Sacramento, and like he would go down there and he would go in and she would lock the door and they would go in there and fuck. Like that ain't none of my business. Like I don't give a shit. Like what you do is your business. You want to get caught fucking on the job? That's you. Chano. His name was Chano, the dude from DSP.
Wait.
Tried to throw me under the bus.
Oh, he was messing with that.
Yeah, he was fucking that chick in that little store.
Oh, they were doing it in the store?
Yeah, they would literally like 3 or 4 times a week. He would go in there and he would just fuck her.
And they would lock down.
And she would lock the door and they would just go in there and get down. None of my business. I don't fucking care. But I'm in there one day and we just kicking it because she was cool. I would go in there and I would talk to her because it was better than just fucking walking around all the damn time. So I would go in there and I would talk to her. And dude, bro, walks in. And he's like, hey, bro, I need you to get back out there and do post-up. And I was like, you know what? You a supervisor. Fuck yeah.
Was he really a supervisor?
Yeah, he was a supervisor, technically.
Oh, he thought he was jealous like this.
Yeah, so I was like, cool. So I go out and I do fucking post-up. And it's like I leave and they lock the door. And they probably fucking. None of my fucking business. Nothing to do with me.
So you already knew.
Yeah.
So you're just like, whatever.
Yeah, so I move on with my day because that shit don't have nothing to do with me. So later I get a call from my boss's boss. His name was fucking Phil. And he was like, hey, can you come back to the office? So I'm like, yeah, sure. So I go back to the office. And he's just like, we received a complaint from a merchant that you hang out in there too much and you've been talking negatively about one of the other guys. And it's like, well, first of all, none of these so-called players wouldn't tell you this. I was like, that's not true. I think what's happening here, sir, is Chano is fucking a merchant on the clock.
Did you tell him that?
No, I didn't say that. But it's like, it's not my place because it's not my story to tell. It's like I was like, no, that didn't happen, sir. That's miscommunication. Like, I don't have nothing negative to say about nobody in this bitch. I mean, fuck all y'all, but I don't have nothing negative to say.
Fuck all you hoes.
And he's right. And he said something to me to the effect of, now maybe we should reconsider making you full time. I guess that's the part of the story I should have told you first. That exact same day, I was walking around on fucking sunshine and lollipops and rainbows. Like, I had a unicorn. I was in a good mood because prior to that, they had told me, hey, we're probably going to make you full time. It's time. We're going to move you up. And I was like, fuck yeah. And I remember calling Asia. I was like, yeah, bitch, full time. Benefits. Oh my God. I mean, I'm going to be working an extra day, but that's cool, man. We can work it out.
Oh,
but
man, I miss those 410s.
I do. I miss 410s so hard, man. I worked Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I had Thursday, Friday, Saturday off. It was gorgeous. So he tells me that now my status as a full-time employee is in jeopardy, and understand that coming from a background with the homeless, I was homeless for a couple of months. I'm not proud of it, but it's a part of my life. I don't try to skip past it. So coming from that background, I feel like I wanted to help the homeless more than everybody else there. Like, that was just my deal. Like, I poured so much of myself into this job. I was spending my own money buying tactical belts and paddle mics.
Oh, the days where you would go in and you would buy a meal for this person or that person.
Right? Like,
you were really...
I legit just wanted to help people. That was my thing. But the job, they were more interested in looking like they were helping. So, for a job that I had poured myself into, to hear that all my hard work could be undermined by some shit I didn't do, I remember going into the bathroom. It was somewhere in Old Sac. It was over by the railroad tracks. I was going to try to think of the streets, but you wouldn't know they were. Asia probably don't remember the fucking streets. It was Front Street. Goddamn. It was Front Street, right over there by the boat.
Yes.
And it said that little building over there, Delta Cruise. Like, you had like fucking.
That school? That old
No. It was Joe's Crab Shack, the boat, the train was like running across it, and then there were buildings on the other side.
Yeah.
Those were bathrooms, and they had little shops in there and shit.
Okay.
So I ducked into the bathroom and I called Asia and I was like, they don't want to give me full time because they did a thing and I didn't do it. I'm trying so hard. It's like, it was a completely irrational thought, because for him to say they weren't going to promote me, the only reason I was being promoted is because they didn't want to hire more people. They're like, we already got people. Let's just give them the extra day while we hire a guy for one day. Who would take that? So they promoted all the part-time people to full-time, and I was so excited for the prospect. Yes.
Remind me to ask you about something.
Just ask me. Or would you rather not do it on a...
No, it's not that I don't want to interrupt your thing.
No, you're fine. I'll remember. Stay right there.
Mike Valdez, what's his wife name?
Sarah Valdez.
I think she works in my building. I'm pretty sure I signed her in today.
Huh.
Really sweet. And
she does work for the state.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I forgot my badge. I was like, oh, do you have your badge?
Little heavy set. Well, not heavy set. Just a little
like
thick
a
Hispanic
cute,
chick,
chubby,
or she
but
Mexican.
she's
Like,
shorter,
she's adorable.
really sweet.
I'll show you a picture in a minute.
I'm pretty
Like,
sure
she's a pretty girl.
And I almost went to be like, that would be weird because I don't know you.
Hey,
and
I think your husband knows my husband.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's her.
Might be, because I remember he saying she was working for the state, which I didn't understand. I was like, how does she work for the state and he was full time and y'all live in a trailer? Like, you didn't want more? But you know what? To each his own. Nothing to do with me. The last I heard, they were fine. They were looking to buy a house. So, congratulations.
And Missions trip.
And Mission Street. Yeah, he was trying to get money to go on some missions trip to spread the word of the Lord. And it was just like,
he wasn't even religious when you knew him.
Yeah, he was, but he was one of those, well, I don't understand, therefore Jesus. Like, he just, there's got to be something, because something don't come from nothing. Nobody fucking said that. But anyway, so so I'm on the phone with her and I'm telling her about how they not gonna promote me, and I know it's a completely irrational decision, and I'm just a mess because I had busted my ass for this. Now 2 days later, nobody was talking about it anymore. Shano ended up getting suspended for something, and they never told us what it was, but I think they confirmed my story. But whatever, I don't care. Don't fucking matter. The point was, some bullshit went down at work, and I had a very irrational, emotional response to it. And my baby, she like, I think that was the day you came down there and brought me lunch because I was so fucked up about it. Like, I was just such a mess. Today, my baby had one of those moments at work where the people who were at work lying about the shit they did were giving her shit. It's like, oh, you mean you didn't lie to? I might as well just fucking tell you. Asia, we switched from Intercon to Triple Canopy. And they were supposed to complete a drug test in the background and all of the screen and shit. Did you ever do background for Triple Canopy?
Yeah, it was the online thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she hadn't taken her drug test yet, so they came into the building and they're like, "Okay, let's test drugs." Let's test the drugs. The day before that test, we literally had like 50 milligrams, like, because we're edible people. So she literally had half the whole fucking edible, and we were just chilling because we were like, we don't care. She's got her license. The shit is legal. We not worried about the shit. Come to find out, she didn't even need the license. They didn't even fucking ask her, and she peed in the cup, and it was it had to have failed.
They saw it
would be positive. It would be positive.
I saw that it was positive. They saw it was positive, very specifically for THC. Nothing else. I'm a good girl.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, we covering up for meth, but like, so she clearly had something. I don't know what her levels were.
But that's the thing. It didn't say anything about levels, which is weird to me because yours, when you went to the thing, it said levels, but mine was levels. It was just positive or negative.
Yeah, but whatever. So Asia she called me. She was just like, I don't understand. I'm trying really hard, and they saying they're picking on me. And I'm like, babe, that's a really irrational decision. I hear you, but this isn't right. They're not gonna fire you because you didn't bring synthetic pee to the drug test. If anything, everybody who did, if it ever came up, they would be fired because Asia works in a state building and it's her job to keep people secure. And if this company had people under the influence of drugs on the clock, because if it's in your system, they have to assume you're on it right now. There's no way for them to, oh, well, it's in her system, but she's not high.
That was days ago.
Yeah, that was literally a few hours ago. It's fine. So it's not as though it was like, oh, well, bless you. The levels have gone down. It was clearly in her system, and they were like, okay, thanks, Miss Harris, and she just went about her business.
It's on the record.
But it was the kind of thing, they didn't care. Nobody cares, because it's all the people who work at Triple Canopy now, most of the people in office they stole from Intercon, and Intercon just died. I've never seen the fall of a security company so quickly, but to be fair, it's just in California because these dudes are fucking global. They're everywhere. They're like, if you want to go to Afghanistan, we could transfer you. There's plenty of fucking spots. It's just Intercon lost California. So Asia is hurt and she's crying and she's like, I don't understand. It's just like, it's irrational. But it's kind of like when you get doing that in DSP. And I was like, fuck, triggered. I get it. Yep. Never mind. Yes, it's an irrational decision, but I completely understand it because I got a flashback to my ass sitting on the top of this toilet stool crying my heart out in a public bathroom in old Sacramento. It was a mess. It's hard to be told that I may not be able to do the thing that I was so passionate about anymore. It bothered me. Not that
you were at least passionate about at the time.
Oh, dude, I was so committed.
You would still be there.
Man, you know what? If it hadn't killed me, yeah, I would have been there. I would have been invested in like some good shoes and like Dr. Scholl's or something. I would still be doing it, and the homeless problem wouldn't even get better. True story. When I started the job, which was early 2010, maybe.
No.
No. We were after we were married. Okay, I was thinking a year. I was like, oh, a year past. No, it was after we got married. So it had to be like the tail end. No, it was February of 2014. I remember specifically February 5th, 2014, because I was very clear to tell them I couldn't work on my anniversary, and I didn't tell you that, and told you I had to work so I could come home and surprise you.
Dude, you remember the 11-day vacation you took?
Oh my God, that was so nice. I had 11 days of vacation, and because I was only working like 4 days, it was like I was able to take 11 days off consecutively, and I still had like sick time, and my checks wasn't touched at all. But I'm getting off track. The point is, not that Asia is overly excited about the job, but she get up every morning. She show up on time. She's like me. I do what you tell me to do. Stand here, I stand there. Sit here, I sit here. We joke all the time. It was like if they passed a new rule today, all right, Officer Harris, when this person comes in, you have to lead them in the cha-cha slide. And when that person walked in, she got, see your badge, man? Well, here it is. All right, slide to the left. Slide to the right. It would just be the job. That was good. That was good. Like, we don't care, but it's the job. I do the job because you give me a check. I need my check so I can live. So fuck what you heard. I'm going to do what you asked me to do. So Asia, who comes early, stays late, picks up overtime, one of the only people in the building who does a 10.5 hour shift. Her boss don't do that many hours in a week. So to clarify, that's where she is. So to be told, and he was like, well, maybe the client won't want you no more now that they know you on drugs. But it's like, newsflash, my nigga. So are you. And they already know. The client would have zero tolerance if they really thought something was going on. They can't have that shit because don't nobody want to be liable. But my baby had an irrational action to a thing that went down.
I was just told that since I was honest, I may not get the promotion that somebody else wants me to have.
Yeah, you mean that lieutenant position that comes with like an extra quarter and a lot more paperwork that you didn't even ask for? Like, I was never pushing. Like, when I was at DSP, we were guides, and then there was Alpha 1 and somebody else, but John was Lincoln 1. Yeah. Because he was the boss. The Lincoln, they just...
he wasn't even a boss. He was like the supervisor of all
but dude, guys. John was so cool. He would punch in morning, everybody. And you wouldn't see John no more that day. John could have went home for all we know. Like, we don't know. Every now and then you be in old sack, and he would walk by and you go... And you would just keep it moving. He wasn't out there looking for you. He understood what the job was. Just do it. Nobody gives a shit. Like, it was literally one of those nothing jobs. But if nobody was doing it, you'd notice. That kind of thing. So, that's... Where was I going with that? Shit. Man, see, that's all the weed in my system. I'm so absent-minded.
That's all the coke.
It's all the coke. Marijuana. So my point is that Asia was passionate about it in the sense that she goes to work and she does the job, but she didn't want to be lieutenant. She didn't ask for lieutenant. It wasn't really her thing at all. It was just something they threw in her lap. But they were giving her shit. They were like, you mean you didn't use the synthetic pee? And she's like, no, I got my cannabis. Like, you want me to go ahead, do your thing? Am I interrupting you, Alexa? So she called me and she's all fucked up about it, and I'm trying to calm her down, but it's like at the end of the day, there's no way they could keep her in the building if she wasn't clean. So whatever they saw, it was enough for her to do it, but her boss was giving her shit. Was like, what? You didn't use fake pee like I did? And she's like, fucking no, and you're not gonna make me feel bad about it. So my baby had one of those moments where it was irrational as fuck. I may lose my job. What if I ain't fired? It's like, they're not gonna fire you. If they were gonna fire you, they did it a month ago when you tested positive. So don't worry. But from the outside looking in, I could see why she would feel that way. So no judgments here, baby girl. This is a safe space. Feel free to articulate your feelings without mansplaining. What's wrong? It's stuck? Oh, it's fine. It'll come off. And I will help you if you can't get it. we got our rings in the mail. When I say rings, it's fucking, I don't know, where is it? I had dude bro make me these rings based off characters I'm working on for Power Rangers. This is mine. Like, you can't really see it because of the light. It's like, you see it? It's really nice. See a little triangle. It's funny. This triangle symbol here is actually an atheist symbol. Believe it or not. It's also a symbol. Oh, those are the business cards. Yeah.
Okay.
It's also the same signal for the solar morphers, which I didn't even realize. So maybe all the solar morphers, maybe the Rangers are atheists. I don't know. But be fucking weird. But yeah, she was just a real mess about it. But it's to the point that they couldn't have her there. So I kind of had to talk her down. And by her next break, she was fine and she understood and it was cool. But later in the day, her boss like wanted to talk to her, so he fucked up the whole schedule so he could talk to her. Like,
when you say it like that, it's so true.
Like, man, look. I know what the schedules look like. I know how rotations work. For somebody to leave, somebody got to show up. And he was like, fuck the schedule. We need to have a conversation. So they're having a talk, and it's basically she was feeling real shitty about, everybody think differently. But it was actually him who went through this whole rigmarole about, we all got to do what we got to do, which is true. But if you ever notice, it's always the people who they need you on your team, or they want to spin a certain negative narrative. So they talk to you about it so you can go, yeah, that sounds right. So if anybody else says anything, it's like, yeah, but he said.
You do what it takes
to
take care of
it's
his
like,
family.
there's nothing wrong with doing what it takes to take care of you. You know what it takes to take care of your family? Don't do drugs in a job that want to drug test you. Period. Don't
fucking have them on you.
Right, don't have drugs on you. Like, and don't go out and buy $100 synthetic piss. I would be damned I spent $100 on fake waste. It's pretend waste.
Right,
and
here's my thing. Even if you got the fake waste that you knew, like, if you knew was clean, that's one thing. Okay, for the sake of your job, whatever, do you. But how you gonna buy fake pee and you don't even know? Like, what if somebody was just a dick? Like, I got $100 and I've got fucking AIDS and I do heroin. Like,
right?
You are fucked now.
And it's like, you could call him up and you could be like, hey man, you bought me some, you
like,
sold me
I'm
some.
sorry, who are you, sir?
Yeah. Also, like, what you gonna do? Take me to court for the illegal synthetic piss that I sold you that ended up getting you fired? Like, what you gonna do for me? You just out $100 and a job. Asia was just like, I'm not gonna do that. I got all my ducks in a row. I'm not gonna lie. So I was glad that she was able to have that conversation with him and they sorted it out. So hopefully you feel better about work tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about, like, the only thing I feel bad about is the fact that I gotta get up and go to work. But
I hear that.
Other than that, it's like, it's whatever. Like, it's literally, he wanted to save face with me because then suddenly he started feeling, I hope she don't look at me wrong.
Right.
It's like, dude, I don't care. Just don't look at me wrong for doing the right thing.
Right? How you gonna look down at somebody for doing the right thing? The moral of the story is, like, that's just both.
Drink your piss.
Yeah,
Why
you know.
I'm sleepy. Why did I just say drink your? That's the moral of the story. Should have ended there. Drink your piss, kids. Drink all your piss.
You grow big and strong. Okay, dog. I got you.
Sorry.
It's cool. I love you.
Oh, I love you.
You a mess. So, better days ahead. Everything's fucking fine over here. We chilling. I got a laundry list of shit I could be talking about, but I'm also getting tired and I don't fucking feel like it, and I would just be babbling.
And I want some cuddle fuddle.
And my wife wants cuddle fuddles. So, that's where I'm gonna end this here. I'm fucking done. And if I just feel like babbling, I'll come back. This is already 24 minutes. What the fuck? This was not my plan. I just wanted to, hey guys, I'm here, do a thing. This turned into an honest conversation video, or I just fucking blabber about my life. But I have the most beautiful woman in the world laying in the bed next to me, waiting for me to stop what I'm doing and come hug her. So guess what I'm about to do?
Go play video games.
Goddamn right. What if I did? It would fuck you up if I just walked out the room and you hear the PS4 come on. You'd be like, "That I thought he's."
I guess I'm laying on your chest while you play video games.
Shit, dog. Like, I'm done. I'm leaving.